My time in France and in Europe, not just in France, from 84 to 1789, changed me intrinsically on my view of the government, and this is perhaps where our paths, at least politically, we were always at odds with each other, really did diverge, because what I saw in France was not just a corrupt government falling apart. I also decided during my time that if I were an enemy of kings and priests and others who obscure the law so in such a way that average people think they can't possibly understand it, so they must trust the word of someone else and not study it, not learn it for themselves, I was 10,000 times more so afterward. And the core problem, I thought, even more so after my time in France, was that government was too far away. The further away from the people the government is, the less the people have control of it, the less they can trust it, the less they can participate in it. So when I came back, my belief in the need for a centralizing of power in the states was redoubled. Even though I also understood that in certain places, because I saw how impotent our government was for trade agreements, for treaties, because there was too much power in the states in those areas, I realized there were places that we had to be sovereign. But my understanding of this balance of powers between the state and the federal was even more acute. If people feel like they can't understand the law, they're not going to turn to their politicians, their attorneys, and trust them more. They're going to trust them less. If people are not constantly informed, they're going to turn their ignorance into a mark of pride. And they're going to say, well, you know what? Lawyers and politicians can say anything they want, twistify the law any way they wish to, so whatever I believe must be the truth. And then their ignorance becomes a tool to be used by despots to manipulate them.